What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Right Side. Today, I want to talk about the real issues surrounding abortion. Many issues get people heated in politics, but not many issues drive emotions like abortion does. And that's not to diminish the feelings of individuals, but merely to recognize and acknowledge just how strongly people feel about this issue. The problem is that the emotions surrounding the issue prevent us from zooming out and observing it in its totality. Abortion is considered murder by some and healthcare to others, but the reason why abortion is so problematic can be understood by shifting our focus away from the effects on the individual and towards the implications of the act itself. Whether or not you believe abortion is murdering a baby, there is no debate that abortion is meant to prevent birth. If abortion weren't designed to do that, there wouldn't be an issue. There's also no debate that human civilization can only grow and be sustainable as long as we are replenishing deaths of births. And abortion is a direct limiter to that. A procedure designed to deny birth. That definition and description of abortion and its purpose is nothing short of a euphemism. And what I just laid out and described isn't an issue that is hotly debated and contested. It's a tool to manage the size of a population. This is the mission of Planned Parenthood's founding. Abortion has been promoted as a means of population control and purification, perfectly aligning with the documented aspirations of Planned Parenthood's founder, Margaret Sanger. In 1920, Sanger publicly stated that, quote, birth control is nothing more or less than the facilitation of the process of weeding out the unfit, of preventing the birth of defectives. 1923, she said, quote, we want a world freer, happier, cleaner. We want a race of thoroughbreds. Furthermore, she said, quote, we do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. This strategic approach has effectively normalized the concept of depopulation under the guise of feminism and women's rights. By framing this practice as an empowerment tool for women, society has been led to accept and even endorse a deeply troubling agenda aimed at reducing specific populations. Looking at the issue objectively allows us to uncover and challenge its motive, recognizing the ethical implications and the true motives behind these policies. The implementation of Margaret Sanger's plan has had a profound impact on the African American population, with over 35% of black pregnancies being terminated between 1975 and 2013, signifying a reduction of more than a third in the potential black population. From 1976 to 2007, this figure was even more alarming, exceeding 40%. In stark contrast, the termination rate for white and Hispanic pregnancies never surpassed 30%, showing that Planned Parenthood, aligning with Margaret Sanger's vision, disproportionately targets African American communities with abortion clinics, thereby covertly depopulating within its demographic. Abortion isn't just used to suppress the black population, however. It's also used to pursue and preserve genetic purity, as is happening in Scandinavian countries, showing that this is not merely an American racial issue, but a broader, more insidious global pattern. It is imperative we recognize and address these practices that undermine the growth and vitality of specific peoples under the guise of reproductive health and sparing the disabled. In the Nordic countries, such as Denmark and Iceland, a disturbing population control measure is systematically executed. This measure isn't targeting specific racial groups, but rather is focused on babies with Down syndrome. This deliberate extermination echoes the chilling rhetoric of Margaret Sanger, who once spoke of eliminating, quote, defective populations to limit their presence. The use of abortion as a tool for eradicating mentally disabled individuals has proven alarmingly effective, and is a byproduct of normalizing the devaluing of human life. These things, though, are obviously linked together. That is easy and simple to see. Both populations, blacks by Margaret Sanger's Planned Parenthood fueled by racial animus, and the mentally disabled by genetic puricists fueled by genocidal empathy, are the victims of population control through fetal executions and denied birth. But this population control, fueled by radical acceptance and normalizing of abortion, isn't limited to fetal genocide. This genocidal empathy is used as a shield from pushback against their agenda. It's in part born but radically normalized through financial hardships, racial animus, and genetic purity through abortion. Its evil can be seen if you realize how the principle is easily extended to other vulnerable classes in society. For Americans, if we want a preview of the left's next radical proposition, we don't have to look farther than our neighbor to the north. Notably, although Canada isn't the only country in the world, the Canadian government provides a program called MAID, or Medical Assistance in Dying. The program is a chilling echo of the other tools of population control discussed earlier and underscores a disturbing underlying effort: the desensitization to death and the normalization of depopulating those deemed inconvenient or unfit. Abortion is merely the first step in this unsettling process. Although the MAID program is still in its early stages, its trajectory is deeply concerning. From 2016 to 2020, every recorded case of MAID involves circumstances in which natural death was reasonably foreseeable. However, starting about 4 years ago, MAID began to be administered to individuals whose natural death was not imminent, effectively sanctioning the death of non-terminally ill patients. In 2021, 2.2% of MAID deaths were of patients who were not mentally ill, a figure that rose to 3.5% the following year. The implementation and execution of MAID has, as it was inevitably going to, become state practice euthanasia. This is a way for the genocidally empathetic left to get rid of the strains on their already troubled healthcare system where, instead of pursuing every avenue to preserve patient well-being, they schedule them for state-sponsored suicide. This is a stark contrast from the typically tolerant bleeding heart left that hunger for purging half of your income for a bureaucratic lagging healthcare system, where you only get so-called free healthcare even though nothing you get from the government is ever free as long as you stay alive long enough to see treatment. Abortion, whether it's black or mentally disabled babies, and state-sanctioned euthanasia, whether it's the sick or elderly, are both dementedly evil and sick methods of population control and depopulation through ethnic cleansing and genetic purification. It's the ultimate manifestation of the left's limitless empathy, trampling on not only the right to life for every baby, but any semblance of human dignity. Make no mistake about it, these aren't policies stumbled upon by innocent, well-meaning politicians. These policies are pushed, funded, and lobbied for by anti-human groups and ideologies, many of them being radical environmentalists who see human beings as the net negative to life on Earth, and because of that, see the only solution in being to depopulate the Earth, all while hiding behind the shield of genocidal empathy for the physically or mentally disabled, sick, or elderly. In the end, the fight against abortion isn't just about protecting life. It's about preserving the very soul of our humanity. It's about rejecting a worldview that devalues human beings as mere burdens or obstacles and standing firm against the insidious normalization of death as a solution. This is a battle of principles where we must choose whether to defend the intrinsic worth of every life or allow ourselves to be desensitized by the cold, calculated logic of population control masked as compassion. The truth is, policies that target the most vulnerable, whether it's the unborn, the disabled, or the elderly, don't just rob them of their dignity. They strip society of its moral foundation. A culture that embraces such measures isn't progressing. It's regressing into something dark and dehumanizing. If we fail to push back, we risk losing not only individual lives, but the collective integrity of what it means to be a compassionate, moral society. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you'd like to support and help the channel grow, become a member, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated with all my uploads. Finally, whether you agree or disagree, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I look forward to engaging with you guys in respectful and thoughtful discussions. With that said, see you guys next video. See ya.